Thanks to Arwix and Gramon, we have a chance and ability to check out new season features. Particularly, it's all about classes, right? This is not my main account. With the help of my friends, I have a chance to showcase and share the ideas regarding the classes which are coming to the Call of Dragons, right? We have Druid, we have Engineer, we have Herbalist, and we have Warlord, right? I will try my best to explain the details and the tricks and tips which will be important to start the season well, right? Starting the seasons well are one of the most crucial parts of Call of Dragon. First one which we are going to speak is of course Druid, and Druid is the class which this account has chosen at first, right? Druid's first skill is Rite of Impetus. The cost of AP is basically the currency which you will use in order for you to use the skills, right? Select one of your legions on the map and cast the Rite of Impetus on them. After a short charge of 5 Alliance legions surrounding the legion gain Impetus, attack plus 10% for 15 minutes while in the field. Does not apply to rallied or garrison armies. Cooldown is 40 minutes. When a legion with impetus gains merits, you also receive 5% of the merits legions gained. You can gain maximum up to 150k merits through this effect each week, right? Basically, I think we had something like this in seasonal talents last KVK. Well, it's kind of support gameplay, right? You generally buff your alliance members and of course one of your members. 15 minutes is quite good. I'm pretty sure there will be like some skills which is going to reduce the cooldown of Rite of Impetus. Well, yeah, we have to see it, right? Maybe you have a tier 4 players and they can at least do this buff. Maybe you can't really fight for some time and you have time only to send farmers. You can help your alliance members with this skill. So yeah, I guess we kind of have to see. Plus you are getting some merits whenever you are helping your alliance members. That's also a good option, right? Rite of Impetus, that's the first skill from the game, and that's the gameplay footage which we can see. You are clicking Rite of Impetus, this is the range, so yeah, that's it, right? That's it. Alright, next one, Rebirth. Reduce the Bite of Impetus cooldown. As I said, 15 minutes will be reduced, and this will be 25 minutes cooldown, which is even better, right? Here we have reduced the AP cost of Rite of Impetus. So, well, the cost of this one is 10. We're gonna reduce by the 3. It will be 7, right? Okay. Legions with Impetus deals more counterattack damage. Well, good for infantry players, good for archer players, I guess, right? Let's go move forward. Wild Fury. Legions with Impetus deals 3% more normal attack damage. This will be the one which I think more players will choose rather than counter-attack damage, because every troop type deals normal attack damage, and 10% is quite a good amount of percentage in my opinion. The next one, which is Sustained Rite, Impetus increases Impetus duration by 1 minute here, so maximum will be 5. So in total we will have 20 minutes of attack 10% increase, which is not that bad, right? Not that bad. Increases Impetus attack bonus by 5%, alright, that's a different story. Well, yeah, I guess you might say 5% increase of the attack is quite good for the bonuses, because why we are choosing this one, right? We are choosing this one because it gives attack bonus, and if we can like increase attack bonus even a little bit more, I think this one should be quite fine, right? The next legendary ones which we have here, Verdant Boon. When casting Rite of Impetus, 3 of your own nearby legions also gain Impetus, and maximum numbers of 5, right? So your own basically means if you're gonna unlock and use this skill and make it 3 level, you will be able to target every single your legions, which is maximum 5. So in total you will buff 10 legions, right? 5 from your alliance legions and 5 from your own, which is quite cool, right? That's a 10 legion buff for maybe like 20%, and the cooldown will be 25 minutes. That already looks quite impressive, right? It actually looks impressive. Root Resonance. 3 more Alliance Legions can gain impetus from Rite of Impetus. So maximum. So here, if we're gonna go from this side, we can have in total 10 Alliance Legions, and well, depends, right? You either going for here or here. Maybe you are going from both sides. So you either choosing to buff your 5 legions, or you choose to buff your 10 Alliance Legions, right? Depending on your, as I said, I think this class is like more of a support gameplay, right? Let's move forward. Magical Essence. When your Legion have Impetus, they gain 3% more merits. And yeah, in total, you will get 10% more merits. Yeah, but well, I guess we are getting merits by buffing people, and we're gonna get even more if we have this skill activated, which is not bad. Pain of Nature. When your Legion have Impetus, they receive 3% fever severely wounded units in the battle. Yeah, 10%. Maybe it's just me. I generally don't rate these skills. Like, I remember like a couple of KVKs ago, we had something like this in seasonal talents also. But yeah, maybe it's just me, but I'm not really highly rating these fewer severely wounded units, right? The next one, which is Blessing of Thorns, increase maximum weekly limit for merits gained through Rite of Impetus by 50k. Yeah, like, I guess 100k is the limit right now if you want to save your merits, right, for the next week. So 150k will be the limit. Well, depends. It depends on your playstyle, right? Depends how much merits you are expecting to get during the KVK. If it's a farming KVK, this will be useless. If it's a PvP KVK, this will be important, right? The next skill, which we see here, Spiritual Symbiosis. When Alliance Legions with Impetus gain merits, you also gain 1% of merits they gained, right? Yeah, basically this is a support gameplay, right? Like, as soon as you are using this skill, you are buffing your legions, you are buffing your alliance members, and you are getting merits, right? So yeah, that's the trim, the druid trim. My idea how I would build the druid class druid would be, of course, impetus. Then we have a choices here. I would go simply for the cooldown reduction, because 15 minutes less, which means this skill will be 25 minutes, is OP in my opinion. So I think Rebirth is a quite good choice. Here we have counter attack damage increase or normal attack damage. Of course, I would go for normal attack damage. As an archer player, I think this is a great choice, right? Here we have increase impetus duration 5 minutes, or increase the attack damage. Of course, I would go for the attack damage for sure, because the main idea of this skill is to get the attack increase in percentages, and if we can somehow increase it even more, that should be the priority, right? Here we have Verdant Boom, which is nearby legions, and this is the alliance members, like 5 extra and 5 extra here. Of course, if you are tier 5 player, I would be going for Verdant Boon, because I want to buff my own legions, because I want to perform with them well. If I am tier 4 player and I am tier 4 player, I would be going for Root of Resonance, because like 10 alliance members, especially if they are tier 5 players, that's really, really valuable, right? It's actually really valuable. The next choices here we have, you gain 10% more merits, or you are getting fewer severely wounded units. I would be going for the more merits, right? Because I think this Druid class is basically for the PvP and support gameplay PvP, and of course I would be going for more merits to get more elixirs to fight even more, right? Here we have maximum weekly increase for 50k, and we have when your legion uses with impetus gain merit, you also gain 5% more, right? Basically here we have just merits. This is the weekly cap. This is like more merits. I would be going for Spiritual Symbiosis. So basically, that's the Druid class which we are having in the game, right? You might say, what would be the usages? As I said, maybe you want to you don't have a time to fight and there is a war, maybe you are at work, maybe you have some things to do at home and you generally can't do PvP, you will be choosing the Druid class, you will choose of course the Root of the Resonance, you will get the merits skills in order for you to get passively the merits, because whenever you will buff your alliance members, they will automatically get you merits. So basically you can, if you don't have time, choose the Druid class, buff your alliance members, choose the Resonance, buff 10 tier 5 players, give them a 15% attack increase for 15 minutes, and basically maybe once in a 1 hour you can generally log in and buff your alliance members, especially if you are tier 4 player, and they will be getting you some merits, right? That's the way I see the Druid class so far. Maybe during the gameplay there will be some changes and the different gameplay will be important, but yeah, like if you are tier 4 player, if you are just learning the game, if you are not having fun in PvP because you feel like you are not that strong, this is the class which you should be choosing, because, well, it's pretty simple. You are just basically the buffer, right? Of course, for the heroes and the playstyles which healing is coming to the game, Druid playstyle is not healing. You might say when it's in this or the main character of this class, it might be healing. No, you are basically buffer, and by those buffs you are getting some merits, right? Of course, there is 3 more classes in the game. Every single one of them is doing a different stuff, but Druid is just 2-star difficulty, battlefield support. We can actually see the right of impetus, how you can actually do it, because we don't want to make a mistake, right? Yeah, you are getting a skill here whenever you are using Druid class. This is a small circle. If the alliance members will be inside the circle, you are basically giving them the buff, right? Yeah, that's the round circle which we want to get to the max screen. Yeah, so which skill we want to click whenever we want to use impetus, it's here. Let's wait. Yeah, beside the big button and the emoji, there will be like right of the impetus skill, and yeah, that's pretty easy, right? So basically you don't even have to be fighting, you don't even have to be like extra active in order for you to utilize the class mentor in this Druid class, right? Of course, we're gonna do more deep dives about the engineer, about the herbalist, about the warlord, but I want to take my time by one, simply because I love this kind of stuffs. I love the new features of the Call of Dragons, and hopefully we are going to get way more, right? This season has some cool stuff. There is one more stuff which I want to mention slightly. The private practice, the amazing skill which you gonna basically exchange the prestige to the elixirs. We have never had something like this in this game, and I'm really glad that finally we are getting something like this, right? You can see the amount which we can get, 79k. Of course, at the end of the KVK, everybody has a lot of prestige left, so finally we will be able to get some free elixirs from this policy. And of course, regarding policies, future videos will be here, but so far I think the most important is of course the classes, which are the key and the newest thing of this KVK, right? Yeah, that's enough for the Druid class. Of course, more will come. If you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more content about this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.